Ready for math?
Yes. Can I have could you print out the summary of that chapter that looks like you want the video?
Which one? Reproductive.
The engine. The one that we just did.
Oh, endocrine. We'll do math first. I'll give it tomorrow. Oh, you want to do it today?
It doesn't matter. It just looks like you want the video.
I think to pass it. I have like this.
Okay, let's start math. But we'll do a review. Roman numerals was the only thing we were able to do, so let's do Roman numerals. Just a review. Most commonly used Roman numerals in pharmacy. Let's start off with I. Equivalent to V. X.
10,
L.
50,
C.
100,
D.
500,
M.
1,000.
There's another one that we use in medicine. What's SS? Couple of reminders. So when you see this, Roman numerals that we can repeat. I, X, C, and M, right? A maximum of 3 times. So you can do I for 3. Or, I want you to know this. You might see it and you'll be surprised. Oh, we didn't do that. 1, 2, 3. Say, 1 tablet. Take 1 tablet. Take 2 tablets. Take 3 tablets. Just reminders right now, okay? And then the rules, if it's highest to lowest, we add. If a lower value Roman numeral is higher, we subtract, right? What am I talking about? LX is 50 and 10. Highest to lowest, this becomes 6. When it becomes XL, this is 10 and 50. This carries a negative sign, so it becomes 40. becomes a negative sign, so it becomes a 40. You follow? Okay. VI is 5 and 1. So it's 6. IV becomes 1 and 5. This carries a negative sign, so it becomes 4. You follow? Okay. Some things to help you remember. C, 100, century is 100 years. M, millennium is 1,000 years. That's how I remembered it, at least. Okay. So the most common ones we use in pharmacy. And then one time I forgot to say L is 50. And I said, why do students get L wrong? And one of the students, Gina, said, Miss L, you forgot to mention to this group what you always tell us. Miss L is approaching 50. L equals 50. And so I said, okay, I'll mention it next time. Okay? Back in the day, there was an instructor who says, Las Vegas is 50 years old. That was 10 years ago, so I can't say that anymore. Some more symbols that you may see next to a Roman numeral. Okay? So Roman numerals are usually tied with GR, which means grains. Okay? So when you see GRVI, this is equivalent to 6 grains. Okay? Grains is not the same as grams. We're going to talk about that one topic separate. I just want you to know the symbol. Okay? Another symbol is ounce. It looks like this. And then the Roman numeral, IV. This means 4 ounces. Yeah, it's like a squiggly Z, a sexy Z. Okay. Sometimes people are more specific. Fluid ounce. and then VIII. So this is equivalent to A fluid ounces. I'm going to tell you the equivalents once we get to the liquid measurement. Is that clear? I just want you to know the symbols. And you will notice that if it's Roman numerals, it's not before, it's after the symbol. Okay? Just a review so that you know. Okay. Clear? Okay. Semi is half. One more application. GRSS. What do you think this is? Half a grain. 0.5 GR. Okay. Moving on. Let's start. Today's topic will be just measurement of height. I forgot one of my allergens. That's like Daniel used to erase the word for me. So maybe it's exacerbating my allergies right now. Height and weight. Okay. So when I write height and weight, height first, centimeters to inches, inches to centimeters. I always say we're not measuring the area of the room. That's not why we're doing this. Okay. Height and weight are two variables for what? Surface area. Okay. Body surface area. So centimeters to inches, inches to centimeters. Which one is household unit? Inches. Okay. Which one is metric? Centimeters. This is how you know. Whatever we use here in the United States is household. Okay. But of course we use feet for height as well. A foot is equivalent to 12 inches. Okay. So 1 foot. 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches. Okay, remember that. Okay, now, conversions. This is when I say stop multiplying and stop dividing. I know it's easy to convert times and then divide. Okay. It's going to get more dangerous once we get to grams, milligrams, micrograms. Why? Common mistake is for students to multiply when they have to divide or divide when they have to multiply. And what is the repercussion of that? Okay. When you multiply, say for example, by 1,000, when you're supposed to divide, what did you just do in terms of dosage calculation, Jasmine? 1,000. When you multiplied it by 1,000 instead of dividing it by 1,000, what mistake did you just commit?
By 1,000.
You overdosed the patient by 1,000. When you divided it, when you're supposed to multiply it, you underdose the patient. And you don't say, oh, it's underdose anyway. Underdose is just as bad as overdose. One case we had here in Summerlin Hospital is a baby dying because the baby was given milligrams of zinc instead of micrograms of zinc. 1,000 times overdose. That's why every time I get invited to teach pharmacy instructors, I always say one thing you tell your students is to stop multiplying and dividing. We will save a lot of lives by doing that. And what's the solution, Miss L? 2 ways. It's either you do ratio proportion or dimensional analysis. Okay. Back in the day when I used to teach math, a student counted, she said, Miss L has 6 different ways of doing math. I don't want to do that anymore because I realized my objective then was, well, you know, if I present the 6 different ways, at least one it'll click. But it confuses students even more. So I said, I got to streamline this. There are only 2 ways. Okay. Ratio, proportion, and dimensional analysis. I don't want you multiplying. I don't want you dividing. Okay. By setting it up, ratio and proportion, that one extra step validates that you did multiplying right. You did dividing right. So I want you to do this on conversions. Okay. Stop multiplying, stop dividing. If you watch some of my videos in the past, you're going to notice some students get it wrong because they multiplied and they had to divide when I call them. I always emphasize don't. Okay. So let's try. What am I talking about? What's the conversion factor, Brian, for inch to centimeters?
2.5.
1 inch is equivalent to 2.5. If you ask a pharmacist will say 2.50 cents. If you forgot 2.5, okay? Pharmacists, chemists, scientists will tell you the most accurate conversion. Okay, 2.5 is fine. Okay. An inch to centimeters. Why do we have to calculate the height again? Because body surface area has two variables, height and weight. Do we measure the height of the patient? No, not the vital. But we measure the amount of drug that we need to give to the patient using body surface area on that sequence for next sequence. Okay, dosage calculation. That's why I need you to have a calculator with a square root. Okay. Friday was the last day you can use your phone. Today you should have a calculator. Let's do some conversions. 1 foot. Let's do foot first. 5 foot. With heels 5'4". Your real height, 5 foot. What am I talking about? Ratio and proportion. Let's convert foot to inches first. Okay? Ratio and proportion. 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters. Oh, sorry. 1 foot is 12 inches, right? So 5 feet is X inches. That's ratio and proportion. What's the next step for ratio and proportion? You just validated it. You have to multiply. You can end there, right? So what is it? 5 foot is how many inches? 60 inches. Okay. Let's do dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis mess up. Who did dimensional analysis in high school? In chemistry? Hands up. Okay. So may click, but now that I know no one does dimensional analysis, anyone? Okay. I'm gonna use it less. How's dimensional analysis? You will see pharmacists use this more because this is how we solve a lot of problems. Because the problem can be long and long and long, we just add to it. Okay. 5 foot. I put multiply here instead of equals because it's dimensional analysis. Okay. So I have to have foot as a symbol at the bottom for me to be able to cancel it. 1 foot is 12 inches. By setting it up, I already know because remember the rule in fractions. There's an invisible one here. You multiply all. It's exactly the same. But by setting it up, ratio and proportion or dimensional analysis, it proved to me that what I was doing, multiplying it in my head, is right. Is that clear? Now let's continue. Now we know it's 60 inches. Let's convert this to centimeters. I'll start off with ratio and proportion. An inch is to 2.5 centimeters equals, what do I put on top? 60. Good job. 60 inches is to X centimeters. Next step, since it's ratio and proportion, I just know that in my head, I said, set it up though, so that you can double check your work so we don't kill anybody. Okay? It's not as big of a deal right now, but once we get to milligrams, grams, micrograms, it's a problem. Okay? So, who understood ratio and proportion? Okay. Dimensional analysis. That's okay. Okay. You know why? I had a professor back in pharmacy school who said, there's not a single problem in math that you cannot solve using ratio and proportion. And to this day, 30 years now, She's still right. Okay, so if you're strong in ratio and proportion, you will be fine. Because I'll show you how to calculate everything, ratio and proportion, even alligation. Okay. Questions? Can we do some in-class work? Okay. One symbol that you may see, say for example, 6'3". Okay. This is a symbol for foot. This is a symbol for inches. Another symbol. Okay. Let's do some in-class work. You haven't done this, right? Centimeters to inches, not yet. Yeah. Check you off.
Oh, yeah, she did. And she did,
Check your math too.
yes. And she made me do, ampules yesterday. She said I was fine. She said, the only thing you wanted to do was break back. I didn't do that. I was like, you're crazy.
Some to some away from you.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because I cannot pick the time when we ran out. You want
They don't have them back there.
practice?
No, they don't have the classwork.
In class?
Mm-hmm.
Speak up, huh?
There's 3.
Yeah. When you're done, homework for centimeters to inches or height conversion is right here. Remember, everywhere else in the world is metric, except for us. So whatever is common in your house, that's your household. Whatever is common in the US, that's your household unit. Still have one more topic. Weight conversion. Household to metric.
No. The one you did is the 150 centimeters.
Times 2.5. 60 times 2.5. 150 centimeters, correct.
I just want to make sure I'm doing the rest.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I stopped. Because it's just my way of validating, right? Setting it up. 150. Let's see. So now I know my height in inches and in centimeters.
You want us to round to 1 decimal place?
Okay. For conversion of height, moving forward, keep 2 decimal places, okay, or the hundredths place. So the only thing, verbal order, I want you to keep 1 decimal place is what? Bless you. Temperature only. Because we don't say our temperature is 98.95, right? Oh man. Now I know what it is. This one. Apply it in your head or divide it in your head. But set it operation proportion to validate. Yes, I'm supposed to multiply. Yes, I'm supposed to divide. You get it? Okay. Just to double check. Because that 1 second that you formatted that means saving lives.
To get centimeters, to get inches, it's the same way. We're dividing.
Inches to centimeters is 2.5.
You just replace the, instead of putting the X in the centimeter, you put the X.
Remember ratio proportion,
So whatever.
cross multiplication. So here, if it's the other way around, then you'll still start off with this one,
Mhm.
right? But you will have a centimeter and you'll have an inch, if that's the question.
So both ways we multiply.
What is your specific question to this specific problem?
So,
I want you to stop thinking about multiplying or dividing. Remember, you have to set it up ratio and proportion so that you can validate that you're supposed to multiply or you're supposed to divide. Because, like I said,
So I'm asking. What divide the opposite?
right here you're trying to get centimeters. That's why my centimeters is X. Right? So, what part are you asking specifically? Here?
I'm trying to get inches.
Why do you need to get inches when you know that it's 60 inches?
No, for my other problem, I'm not asking for that problem.
Oh, okay, because you were looking at the board, so I'm referring to the board.
Oh, my bad. I'm just trying to get inches
For which one?
for number 1.
Okay, so number 1, give me the question on number 1.
35 centimeters.
Okay, if it's 35 centimeters, I'll still set it up ratio and proportion the same way. This is your conversion factor. So you start off with that. 1 inch is to 2.5 centimeters equals, what do you do next? I have a 35 centimeter given and the centimeters here, so I have to put the 35 cm here and the extra inches.
That's like
See? But this tells me that I have to divide. Right? So just validate it so we don't kill people. I don't want to see that problem. You don't want that problem.
Is it supposed to be like this, or is it some trick question?
Well, I don't know. It's asking you for inches. It's given in inches. So you have to solve anything. Anyone who's done homework packet is here. We're gonna go over in class. I thought you were referring to the board. So why are you solving inches? Because you're staring at the board, so I was like,
No, it's not. I was like, how many inches? So you reverse it, but I was thinking, do you want me to do division or do it the same way?
I don't want you to think about that like multiply or divide. Back in the day, I teach it. Remember, you have to multiply this or divide this. But I still saw a lot of mistakes on students where they're multiplying when they're supposed to divide and dividing when they're supposed to multiply. So I said, stop. I don't want you to kill anybody. Do ratio and proportion. Then it's foolproof. Mhm. If you're done, feel free to get one homework, but we are going to go over everything in class. Ready? Freshmen? Not yet. Okay. We got high school visitors tomorrow. Open house. They're going to tour our campus.
You say don't round.
2 decimal places or hundreds place moving forward. So the only thing you keep 1 decimal place is temperature. For uniformity purposes. Don't forget to get your homeworks.
Thank you.
Ready for in class? Yes? Okay, I see a thumbs up. Let's start. Brian, 35 centimeters to inches is
14 inches.
correct. Number 2, Antonio, 443 centimeters is correct. Number 3, Zoe, 56 inches to centimeters is
140 centimeters.
140, correct. Number 4, Michelle, 60 inches to centimeters is
150.
150 centimeters. I actually did it on the board. Number 5, 70 centimeters. Hilda to inches is 28 inches. 6, Sam, 8 centimeters to inches is 3.2 inches. Number 7, Poirier, 93 centimeters to inches is
37.2.
correct. Number 8, Jasmine, 108 centimeters to inches is Leslie then. Yeah. Correct. I thought you'll be at the back, Jasmine. Number 9, Daya, 9 inches to centimeters is. Good job. Number 10, Cheyenne, 8 inches to centimeters is.
20.
Correct. Number 11, you again, Cheyenne, 74 centimeters to inches is.
29.6.
Correct. 29.6 inches. Number 12, Brian, 68 inches to centimeters is. Correct. 13, Daya, 556 inches to centimeters is. Okay. I'll get back to you. Number 14, Antonio, 4.5 centimeters to inches is. Correct. Number 15, Leslie, 39.99 centimeters to inches is. Okay. I'll get back to you. Number 16, Poirier, 200 centimeters to inches is. 80 inches, correct. Number 17, Sam, 197 inches to centimeters is. 492.5 centimeters. 6 inches to centimeters, Hilda, 15 centimeters. 19, Michelle, 156.7 centimeters to inches is.
62.68.
62.68 inches. Number 20, Zoe, 287 inches to inches is.
17.
Oh, Poirier.
For number 18, she said 16.
Number 18, 15 centimeters. Okay, this is a trick question. It's checking whether you're paying attention. Look at it. 287 inches to inches is 287. You see how that is? Because we become robotic at a specific point when we're doing something redundant. Yeah. So it's trying to get your attention. Okay. It's a pattern interrupt. And I don't want you to be robotic when you're filling prescriptions. I want you to pay attention. See that? You could have gotten a perfect score, but you did it because you didn't pay attention to the trick question. Okay. 13, back to you, Daya.
This might be really wrong, but I think about 1,390 centimeters.
Correct. Stop second guessing yourself. Number 15, Leslie, back to you. Yes, because it's 15.996, and I told you to keep hundreds place, so it's not 16.00 because we follow the rule. Drop the trailing 0. Do not forget the leading 0. Any questions on the height conversion from household to metric? No? Okay. The next variable in body surface area is weight conversion. It is. It's one of my allergens, this does. Okay. Still a household to metric conversion. Let's convert our heights or our patient's heights from what's in the US? Use pounds. Everywhere else in the world use kilograms. So which one's household? Pounds. Which one is metric? Kilograms. Okay. What's our conversion factor, Hilda? Is 1 kilogram. Take note, 2.2 pounds is 1 kilogram. Be careful. You know when it's computerized or printed, the LBS looks like a 1. There's no such unit in pharmacy as BS. Don't BS me too. I know I've been a student so long. Okay. So A kilogram is 2.2 pounds. You know how the number 1 looks like a letter L, the L looks like a number 1. What is the application for this? Again, body surface area, 2 variables, height and weight. Body surface area is required to calculate dosage of drugs when the other variables are not available. Is that clear? So let's convert. Mando never ask a woman what her weight is. Okay, nor age. Okay, so I'm not going to ask anybody. But when I talk to friends from a different country, they tell their weights in kilograms. So I got to do the math in my head. Same. Okay. When I just moved here, when I was grocery shopping, we know kilogram per kilogram. But here, what is it? Per pound, right? Okay. So I have to think of that. Like, that's an application in my daily life. But in pharmacy, we have to know the patient's weight in kilograms because drugs are usually milligram per kilogram body weight. ml per kilogram body weight. Okay? So let's start. Say, for example, 500 kilograms, 2 pounds. Using the ratio and proportion way, I would always use, we call this the conversion factor. 1 kilogram over 2.2 pounds. You do not flip-flop. The answer will be different. So you have to remember the conversion factors as they are. It's not 1 pound is 2.2 kilograms. You're going to get your answer wrong. You're going to get a wrong answer, okay? 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, ratio and proportion. Where do I put the 5 kilograms? On top. What do I put at the bottom? XLBS. What's the next step? Ooh, I knew it. You have to multiply. Then we stop multiplying, dividing, or stop killing people. Or overdosing people. Okay? When we overdose, it's not always an automatic death. Sometimes we make them comatose, which is worse forming, in my opinion. I'd rather be dead than comatose or vegetable. Okay? And so what's the answer? 5 times 2.2 is? Is it 11? Okay, 11. And then you do the 1x divided by 1. You know that anything you divide by 1 is itself. That's why I said you can stop right here because you already saw that it's 1, right? Okay. What's dimensional analysis for Michelle who understands dimensional analysis? I don't know if you like it though. You like it? So I have to put a kilogram here and then 2.2 pounds here. Dimensional analysis, this is multiply all numerators, multiply all denominators before you divide. But I can cancel this out. You'll see pharmacists do it this way. We do dimensional analysis. It validated too that I have to multiply. You see that? And it will have the same exact answer, which is? This will look like 111 BS. Printed. That clear? Okay. Who did not get centimeters to inches homework? Okay. This is the when? Friday. Now we go pounds to kilograms conversion. Stop. Listen to me. Stop multiplying and dividing on conversions. Use ratio and proportion. Just to validate. Set it up that way. I've seen students commit that dangerous mistake many, many times. That's why I said I'm going to stop teaching it, multiplying or dividing. Back in the day, I used to teach it. And then we multiply. And no, stop. Just stop. That 1 second of setting it up, ratio and proportion and dimensional analysis means saving lives. When you're ready for homework, homework is right here. But we will go over in class as well. But this dust is my allergen. That's why it's not going away as I'm teaching. There are two formulas you need to remember today, or conversion factors, freshmen, huh? Inch to centimeters and kilograms to pounds. On Friday, once we finish the conversions, if we finish early, you're going to have a quiz. If we don't finish conversions of volume and the kilogram, gram, milligram, microgram, then that means Monday is quiz day. That clear? I think it's going to be Monday. Do you watch the videos after the class?
Yeah, but also, like, when I was a freshman, I watched them before.
Yeah. So you have an idea. That's really good. Takes about 3 times before it starts clicking. At least for me, when I'm studying something new, that's not my lingo. Maybe if I'm reading another pharmacy book just once, right? But if I'm reading something about robotics or space, not my thing, right? I'm gonna have to read that 3 times. Sometimes I had to ask my son to explain it 3 times to me. Like gaming lingos. Because I'm not a gamer. Make sure all of you got centimeters to inches homework. Let's do on Monday. Ready? Stick to the 2 ways. Again, ratio and proportion, dimensional analysis. Just to validate that you have to multiply or divide. Multiplying something that needs to be divided is an overdose. Dividing something that needs to be multiplied is an underdose. Underdose is just as bad as overdose, especially when we're talking antibiotics. So stop. Check your work, in other words, by using ratio and proportion and dimensional analysis. Freshmen, how are we doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Trying to get the hang of the
Mentors look after the freshmen, especially if it's a new topic, huh? Yeah. And then freshmen, don't hesitate to ask your mentors or me. Okay.
Yeah, it should be fast.
And you said you're good at math, so you're good at math. So bro, I'm good at math. No, but you can use more. Even you say. I want to say. Yourself. Yeah, you do it before. With the game, four. Great, but I can move on to this. That's a good person. Yeah, she already has. Good. It's a diuretic, bro. Damn. Why are these numbers so bad? I just saw her into the beginning. Just up. I don't know. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't know.
Ready?
Maybe.
Some motivation for you, freshmen. You're still hanging in there. It's not when or how you started. It's how you finish. And as long as you finish what you started. Ready?
No.
No.
It's the grams, like the converting the grams.
Converting to grams? Oh, okay. Because the freshman doesn't know yet. Okay, the freshmen do not know yet. Okay, 1 kilogram. This is our next topic on Friday. 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1,000 grams. This is when it gets dangerous. Okay, 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1,000 grams. Okay, that's your conversion factor. There's also conversion that you can use from grams to pounds. And what is that? It's in your math pharmacy sheet. Grams to pounds, pounds to grams. Shortcut. But if you forget, just convert your pounds to kilograms and convert your kilograms to grams. Give me the conversion for grams to pounds, pounds to grams. Remember? It's 400. It's in your first one, math pharmacy sheet. Grams to pounds. First handout should be on a clear sheet in your binder. Zoe, grams to pounds, pounds to grams, whichever one you have. It says math pharmacy sheet on top. What's a conversion?
You want me?
Yeah, anyone.
Okay, 1 pound equals 454 grams.
There you go. 1 pound equals 454 grams. Okay. So this is commonly forgotten. If you forget, it's fine. What do? Then you convert your pounds to kilograms, then kilograms to grams. Why? Now you know that a kilogram is 1,000 grams. Okay? Just an extra step. This is commonly forgotten. Okay.
That's just like it's on its own. I know. Take my math. I don't take my math down. Guys, I don't think I'll be this. I would think. That's what you put out of there. Don't do the same thing. Yes. So it would be 2 steps. Okay, so I would take what I was here. I was looking at everybody, and then I was looking into if anyone was happening. Yeah, so. I think so. Then you do the same stuff. And then once you get training ground, you really come to get it.
Ready? Daya, I think your calculator doesn't have a square root. The big.
It's just, I just got it because I needed it for career.
Yes. So yes, before sequence 4, you got to change your calculator because usually I know big calculators don't have the square root. Those are store calculators.
Yeah.
I call it store calculators. So this is your last class. That was low in it. After this, 4 and then 1. Sam, yours is last.
You start at 15.
Start at 15?
Yes.
No, I'm not gonna count in reverse.
I just want to see if I got it.
Patience, my dear. We'll get there.
This one.
How far are you? At the back.
I am on 9.
9! Okay.
Arguments.
2 topics today, 2 formulas. Remember, an inch is 2.5 centimeters. A kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Okay. If you must know kilograms to grams, which is our topic on Friday, a kilogram is 1,000 grams.
I just want to know for this one.
Patience. Cheyenne.
I'm like, I want 17, but like, I don't know.
Okay.
To the 10th, that's the. What are you doing? 10. So you would only run 10. So he don't want the float.
Okay, I got a question for you. How do you remember the equations on top of your head? Somebody was asking. Okay. How do you remember the formulas, in other words? Michelle, how do you remember the formulas?
Honest answer, I have a slight case of OCD when it comes to numbers.
I know that.
But I like it.
Yeah. Zoe, how do you remember formulas?
I feel like just doing them over and over again gets me to like in my head.
Exactly. That's why I said I don't like you memorizing anything. That's why we do practice worksheets. Why? You do it over and over, and then you have a homework. You do it over and over. How could you forget? Right? So I say it's a passive memorization because of the action. If you're not doing worksheets, then you have to actively memorize it just for the heck of memorizing it. You know how I feel about the word memorize, right? I hate it. Even your drugs. I don't want you memorizing them, so I help you. I help you group them. Okay? I want you to understand, not memorize. Okay? Understanding is long term. Memorizing is short term. That's good, right? When you're teaching, yes, the teach back method. When you're teaching, it's helping you get refreshed. Okay, it's teaching you, it's teaching the others and teaching yourself again. That's why teaching for me is the best way to learn. Teach back method. Again, keep everything to decimal places for uniformity purposes, except for temperature.
So you want them to have hundreds place?
Hundreds. Two decimal places is hundreds.
Oh, so it is 50.
Listening to my instructions. Remember, my verbal orders are just as good as my written orders. So if I tell you homework, do this verbally, that's kind of equivalent to verbal orders of prescriptions. It's not like I'm not going to do it because it's verbal. You still have to do it.
Wait, okay, I'm on the one down. Then you have.
Freshmen, what number are we?
I'm on 15.
Hurry, hurry. Everybody got a homework, huh? 2 homeworks. 2 more topics on Friday, then quiz. Conversions. Okay, let's start. Kilograms to pounds, pounds to kilograms. Conversion, a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. 23 pounds. Zoe is?
10.45.
Correct. Correct. 23 pounds is 10.45 kilograms. 234 kilograms. Antonio, to pounds is? Number 2. You can't read your own handwriting. See, I've proven that you have to fix your 4. Your own handwriting.
I know it's either 519.8 or
No. You did not. You say it.
514.8 pounds.
514.8. You just proven to yourself. You got to fix your writing. 514.8. Why? We don't want to kill people. Okay. 514.8. You're bless you. You're probably gonna say, I'm a doctor anyway. No, but what if you're telling somebody like this is like amount that's given or that's calculated? You're showing your pharmacist your work, your math. Okay. So 514.8, number 2. Number 3, bless you. Oh man. Number 3, Brian. 678 kilograms to pounds is? Correct. By the way, the LBS came from the word libras. You know, the libra is a weighing scale, so it's a weight.
That was number 2.
Number 3, Brian, can you repeat?
6.
Pounds, correct. Number 4, Sam, 98 pounds to kilograms. What? 44.55 kilograms. Number 5, Hilda, 87 kilograms. Correct. Number 6, Poirier. Correct. Number 7, Leslie. Correct. Say the unit too, okay? So you don't leave it blank. You get the habit of writing the unit or saying the unit. Number 8, Cheyenne. 2 decimal places. Listen to my verbal order. They're just as important as written order.
6.36.
Correct, because it's 363636. So since 3 is the 3rd digit, you don't round up, right? 106.36. Number 9, Daya. I got 55. 34.55. Check your rounding off.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't round it.
Kilograms. Yeah. Number 10. Leslie, back to you. 2 decimal places. You know, if this is a test, you're already marked wrong because I had orders, verbal orders. Okay. I see Jasmine's face. I'm sorry. Correct. 63.14 what? Pounds. Correct. 11. Ipoye. Correct. 550. Don't put 0.00. Drop the trailing 0. Do not forget the leading 0. Number 12. Hilda, back to you. 8.18 kilograms. Correct. 13. Sam. Correct. 14. Ipoye.
20.
Correct. 15 since you've been waiting. You again.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, so 2.01 kilograms.
Okay. I have 2.02, but that's okay because it depends on how you convert it. If you started from the back to the front, there'll be a discrepancy. Okay. So 2.02, 2.01. Okay. Who got 2.02? Hands up. Okay. Who got 2.01? Okay. It depends if you started from the back or the front. Okay. And then from that, kilogram to pounds would be? It's either 4.43 or 4.44. Who got those? Okay. I'll accept those discrepancies because it depends when you cut it off. Okay. Good job. So see, don't second guess yourself. Michelle, 16.
50.6 pounds.
Correct. 17. Zoe. Okay. Because it's 2.197. What do you think?
Like,
that
I
is?
put that, I thought I was just like wrong. So
It's
I
okay.
didn't get
2.2. Has to be 2.2 because it's 2.197, right? You look on the 3rd decimal place, it's a 7. So that's a 2.2. Okay. And then 4.83 or 84 acceptable. Okay. Antonio, 18.
46.
Correct. 46.2 pounds. Now back to the freshman Daya. 1,999 grams to kilograms is? Okay. Help, Brian. 1,999 grams to kilograms is? 2 kilograms, because it will be 1.999, right? But I said 2 decimal places or hundreds places are 2. Okay, and then to pounds, continue, Brian. Correct, 4.4 because it's 4.3978. Okay, my verbal order, keep 2 decimal places. So it's 4.4. Drop the trailing 0. Do not forget the leading 0. You know this rules add up. It's applied in practice and on test taking. Okay. Michelle, number 20, 30 kilograms to pounds is?
66 pounds.
66 pounds. Any questions? The remainder 9 minutes is for you to get a hold of your mentors to clear things out before you stay after class if you need extra tutoring. Any questions on the topic? Topic.
I'm gonna do my
Okay, freshmen, I can tell that you don't watch the videos. You got a problem. Yes, it's gonna go faster. Okay, not that I want to, because a new topic is coming up. Okay, everything is new to you. So what did I say? Be ahead of me. How do you be ahead of me? Watch the videos ahead of time. Okay, topics on Friday. Kilograms to grams to milligrams to micrograms conversion, and household to metric conversion of volume, ounces, teaspoon, tablespoonfuls to ml. Okay. I always tell you what the next lessons are so that you can watch the video. This especially is for freshmen. Okay. Because beginning the next topics, they supply quantity to be dispensed. There's no waiting for you. You got to set final exam. And when is finals? Check your calendars.